Good morning, it's Happy Wednesday and it's scrapbooking with Lanita time. Today I'm coming to you from Alaska, where I'm with my new grandbaby and my Krista and Brendan. And this Seas pack, it's called actually Seas Please, seemed very appropriate for Alaska. But today I'm just going to show you the dolphin stuff. So we're going to do some dancing dolphins fun. And what I did is I did a whole bunch of stuff with dolphins, and then I'm going to take it off and then show you how I did it. By the way, there is so much you can do with the dolphins, with the dolphin punch. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take these off. I know I have a little bit of a shadow here, but I'm just glad I get to do this here with you. So as you can see, and taking these off, and you can see that there's a lot of different ways to use this. Take a look at that one. Maybe if I put it up here, it'll look a little bit easier to see. This is a layered one, and then this one is the one that's folded, and so it has different options. These are the dancing dolphins right here. Now let me just see, I think I can bring it up to you without, I don't have a cardboard under it, but you can see how they're dancing over here. Isn't that fun? Now the background paper is from the Seas Please pack, and then the vellum is from the Serene Waters. I just love this vellum, and we have been doing a lot more with vellum. Now one of the options you can use with this, if you don't want to use as many dolphins, you can use the pre-made laser cut borders. There are lots of those. I think I just showed you these over here. But today we're going to play with dolphins. So let's just go ahead and get started. I've pre-cut a lot of the stuff because the table is a little bit wiggly, but I want to show you the vellum cutting and also when I do the fold. And one of the things I do want to mention is that I used the free squares paper. That's what we called it. And this is cardstock. So if you have older ones that have the cardstock, now it's thinner paper, but this way you can get multicolored dolphins. And this is directional. If you can see over here, these dolphins are going that direction, and these are going the opposite direction. And so basically it would just be, depending on what direction you want them, you just punch on that side of the paper. And I'll go through that in a bit here. So those are just some of the basics. And the reason I liked the folding is because you can have half of one, which you can also do by cutting this, but then you'd have to have double. So here we get it with one punch. All right. Okay, so I'll start with this one and move this aside. And by the way, you get all these little dolphins too, so that's very fun. Right now, on the vellum, I didn't feel like it was super delicate. This is a little thicker vellum, so I felt like it did okay, or did well with the punching. I know that sometimes things tend to catch when they're intricate, so this is a little bit of an intricate look here. Let's see if I'm in the camera. There we go. So I am below the table here, but I'll get up. You'll see a little bit above here. And there we go. So see, that was pretty easy, right? And then the other thing that I want to bring out is that, with the vellum, it doesn't matter the direction because it is vellum. So it depends which way you want to put the dolphins. That's a nice thing about the vellum. And double-sided paper that is the same on each side. Then the other thing about this is it doesn't matter where you start cutting, because it always is going to cut it off here and cut it off here. It's like it dual cuts, I guess is what I'm going to say. So Then what I can do is just, now notice that I have my, you can see I've been playing with these. I think we even got food on that one, but that's okay. We're living here. Now that one is backwards, so no, this is the one I want to flip. This one here, I'll flip it, and then there's one of the layers, okay? And notice how there's a shadow on the dolphin, and that's fun. That's a fun way to do it. Now the other thing on this is I didn't bring any vellum adhesive, so it was fine. I just put a little bit on of the repositionable. You wouldn't want the other kind, I think it will show. And then just a little bit of the shadowing here. So that gives a shadow. This one, and that's the nice thing about the repositionable, by the way, because I didn't get quite the shadow I wanted there, so I'm lifting it up to reposition it. And there we go. So just a little bit of the waves. Well, now this one isn't. Maybe the bottom part is crooked, but that's okay too, because waves aren't quite always the same, right? And so then this is the other little piece, and I'll just layer it underneath. So obviously, let's see, I don't want to do it on the table here. I guess I don't have, well, I think it will come up, so I'll just put a little bit here. It's repositionable, it'll come up. Obviously, I could also triple layer it, but some of our paper is so pretty here that I don't want to waste it. And in case you didn't know, the Seas Please paper that was the, I'm going to put it over here so you can see better, not have a shadow. The Fasta Fab ran out so quick. By Monday it was already gone. And so I'm, even though this is not the Seas Please paper, I just know that it could run out again, and so I'm showing you how to be thrifty with your paper if you want to. And this one is also made with the, here's the paper here. This one is made with the cruise ship paper. So you can use one side or the other. The side I'm using right now has the cruise ship because I wanted a little bit of the white and I wanted a little bit of the blue. Now this one, I used just the blue side. So that gave a little bit of a different look, right? So that's kind of fun. You can just add, and oh, the other reason that I wanted to layer it this way with a skinnier piece, so here's the cruise ship side. I wanted to layer it that way because I was layering a whole bunch of things and then it covered all the dolphin. So I tried to bring it up this way and then it would cover all of it. And see, when I put it on the paper here, I want the dark blue to show. So I'm looking at this dolphin, it's still a little crooked, so I'm thinking that this is, that my underpiece is crooked, so we'll go with the original one I made. There's that. Now, the other thing is that what you end up with is with a lot of these little pieces, the dolphin pieces. So if you cut them with a whole bunch of different colors, and I've gotten I have a whole bunch here. These are with the free squares, and so the leftovers are ready to be put on to be dancing dolphins all over the place. So you can use the white side, or if you want to have them dancing the opposite side, then you can do the one that came from the other side. You can flip them because you have a white side and then you have the free square side, unless you flipped your paper to cut it out with. Now let's bring it over to this. I want to show you this part. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to bring it up a little bit here. That was the other reason that I wanted to do a half one, because you can have them dancing through the waves and then you can draw on them like this one is drawn on. So I'll do that for you right now. So on the white dolphin, you can just do some lines and maybe make it a porpoise, or I don't know. Chris and I were discussing what other fish this can be used for. It looks like it can be used for a lot of, now this is the vellum, and so when I put it on here, the pen color shows through. Now this is the micro tip, so it doesn't show through a lot. With this one, I did the dual tip. And so this one, if you have a deeper stripe look, then that one will show up under the vellum. So here's this, I'll grab this, and there's that, right? So then it shows up. Let's bring it up close so you can see the little stripes on it. Isn't that fun? Just like over there. And because the vellum is double-sided, that's a very nice look too. Okay, then the last thing, well, no, I want to show you how to do the folding because I know we've done it before, but we haven't done it with the dolphins. Oh, here we go. So here you can have your dancing dolphins coming out of the water or coming down. You can tuck it in. You can have them going the other way up on the wave itself. See if you can see this one where I stuck it on the wave itself, and I've layered them. And then these are going to be dancing around the page when I'm done. So this is a border in itself, right? Let me just put that away there like that. So you could do dancing dolphins as a border by itself. I kind of taped this one down just so that it wouldn't move too much, but I wanted to move it around, and so it is. So there you go. You know, you can dance them around. Fun, huh? Let me find one of the other ones. How about that one? And we can have this one that's another color here. And I mean, you can just have fun with it. I would probably stay consistent with it, but feels like I need another one going that direction because they're just dancing around. So that would be here. See if you can see it. I'm a little out of the camera, huh? There we go. Sorry. My the camera holder here keeps dropping a little bit more, so I'm sorry if I was out of range here. There you go. So I'll hold it up again in case I was out of camera range. And there you go. There's the little dancing dolphins. The other reason I like the vellum is because you can see, you know, it makes it look farther away. All right, so now I'll make this for you. I'm going to do it out of this paper, and I'll do it sideways so that you'll be able to see it better. Okay. So for this one to work, we do need to, I'll do the scoring blade first. And then I'm going to score it at 3/4. And this one I think you're okay with having it this way for now. Now I've tried it at 1 inch and it really doesn't make a difference because of the way that the Dolphin Border Maker cartridge punches out both sides. So you just waste more paper if you do a 1 inch. And then I did 3/4 on this one. Okay, so then I'm gonna cut that out at the 1 inch mark here. So I have a little tiny strip to work with. So that can be challenging. I'm at the 1 inch, I need to be at the 3/4. So just know that I'm at the 3/4. I'm cutting it off here. I think I'm at the there we go. Yeah, the shadow is even harder for me to see, but there. Just know that it's 3/4, right? Okay, I'll get that in there. Okay. So then there's that part. And then you'll want to tape it. And not a lot. You don't need a lot of the tape. Ooh, Krista. Oh no, okay, I was gonna say, Krista, I might need more tape, but I think I'm still okay. All right, so then I'm gonna tape that. Again, I don't want a lot because I want to, I want to be able to loosen it afterwards. And then we'll put these pieces on here. I have that one, which I used before. Let me see if I have another one. So I guess it's over there. All right, so there's that. So then I'm gonna punch it this direction so you can see the whole punching of it. I think I can do it sideways. Let's see. Okay, so first I'll hold this up so you can see what I mean by a 1/2 inch. This is, I am putting a 1/2 inch out from the edge, and this line right here is a 1/2 inch, that black line on your tray. Okay, so that's gonna be at a 1/2 inch, and I wanna make sure that this one is also. And then these are my placeholders. So I'll get rid of this, and I'm gonna see if I can do, you know what, I may have to do it this way, but you'll be able to see that I'm doing it all the way down, I think. Because it's real flimsy-ish. Okay, so that one did come off. Oh, you know what? That's because I did it wrong. Let's do this again. I need the open side to be on the edge, so scrap that part. What I just was doing right now is this, which I was going to show you afterwards. When I have the fold on that side, you can do something like this, but I just couldn't get very far because it did exactly what this did. So that was part of what I was going to tell you later, but I'll tell you now, because if you wanted to use it with the fold this way, like what I just did, I think you'll probably struggle a little bit. So let's do it the other way. Let's see, I'll grab another piece of paper and do it again. And you will have one of each when you're done as far as the direction of this. I'll show you that in a bit. So this one may be a little straighter this time, maybe a little bit straighter, hopefully on my, there we go. Let's try that. And I did put a new matte strip on here. When you put a new matte strip and you're doing your scoring blade, you'll want to score a little harder or press a little harder. Okay, just make sure I did the 3/4. So this is just a good reinforcement that once you score it at 3/4, you're gonna cut it at 3/4 because you want your piece, because I want to do the edge piece here. That's why I have to cut it off. Okay, and that's another reason why I need to tape it, because I'm right on the edge there. So let's try this again. Do that. Put a few of my little extenders here, and I'm going to do an extender in the middle here. On my original one I did not, and so it kept wanting to move. So for this one you do need a nice amount of extenders. Okay. Now let me just show you this again. I think you can see it better now. See that line there? I'm holding it to the window light so you can see that's the 1/2 inch line. And so you really don't need a marker because that's the marker. Now make sure I'm on the, yes, I'm on the open edge. I want to make sure I'm doing it right this time. So what's sticking here are my extenders, which is actually kind of nice that they're sticking this in place. Let's see, I want to make sure that this is, so it's as straight as possible. Okay. So with the taping down of it, it seems to do a lot better, and you can see what's happening here. It seems to not catch. Now hopefully it won't catch while I'm on camera. I haven't had any of these catch, but the other direction for some reason does catch. Sometimes things behave, well, a lot of times they misbehave on camera because we're farther away from what we're working on, and woohoo, I think I made it. Yay, there we go. The other reason I think it works is because it's thicker. And all right, so what you end up with, when I said that you want to do 3/4 because otherwise the paper is wasted, is because you're going to end up with this little strip. If you made it wider, you just have another strip that was you know, just a waste strip, but you can still use that for something. Okay, now these I'm going to separate. Bring this back over so you can have the base here. There we go, there's that. And then I'll do the final page, the last of it. All right, so there's this. And see how I'm separating it? That's why I didn't want to tape it a lot, because it's a lot easier to separate when you don't have a lot of it taped. So there's the side with the cruise ship, and then this is the other side that has the ocean side, which is if you want it the same direction. Okay, now if you want them opposite direction and you want the same look, that's what you'll have. The other nice thing is you do have tape on either of this side and this side already have tape on them, so it's real easy to put them down. All right, so that was how this was made. And this would have been, see, since it's going down, this would have been for this one, right? Okay, so you can do that. Let's bring this up. You can do your waves offset a little bit if you want on this one. So you can do them offset. Okay, I thought it looked a little bit funny that way. I guess I didn't tape it. All right, let me just see if I can tape it down briefly here. No, because that tape is in the wrong spot. But I think you get the idea on how you can offset it. It's a little thin, but you can do all sorts of things with that. And then what you don't have is that in the way of the dolphin look. Okay, so that's that part. Now, let's make the page. And I think this one is the one that, was this the one that, yeah, this is the one that I had worked on before. Let me get my scissors. I'll just cut this little tiny piece off. Okay. So with this kit are these really fun mats. And so if you want to, I like using mats a lot, and you can just do all sorts of things with the mats. But here's the thing about a page like this. So let's say that you want I'm gonna move all the little dancing dolphins up there, so most of them. Let's say that you want, bring this up here so you can see it. Let's say that you want the waves. I'm going to tape that a little bit more. Say you want the waves. You want the dancing ones there, and then you want the waves here on your actual spread. So we see this often where we put strips along the edge. Okay, so then you'd have another strip of the white, and then you could have another, maybe you'd want another strip of the non-white, right, of the cruise ships, and then another white, and then another waves going this way. You could have them going this way, and then it's the same direction. So you have your whole page full of the strips. However, if you want to do a 2-page spread and not cut a whole bunch more out, you can actually just, let's do the layout, and then you can cut. Okay, so let's say that this is how you want it, right? So you're already covering a lot of these. So you can cut these apart and only use the pieces that are showing. So let's say that we want to do this. So see how you're already eliminating a lot of what you cut. And so you can just take off pieces of it and use it on your next page, like this. Hold on, let's do that, and let's do, I don't want to cover the dancing dolphins there, so I'm going to bring this up because I really like those two things. Let's put this up. I guess I should just tape it down now how we're done playing. So I'm going to tape it down, but only the parts that I'm going to actually have put down. So let's see, I think it's that side here. So if I'm doing this and that, so when I have this here, I can just cut this piece off and save it. And I won't do it with all of them. I just wanted to show you that you can do that. Okay, that one is taped. So we'll take this off and maybe do it to there. So see, you have an extra piece that you could even put elsewhere. All right, so there's that. Go a little bit over. And then you have, so all of these can be cut and you can save them for another page. Okay. Put that down a bit. I wanted to have this, so I might end up putting this a little lower down. And I think I can commit this now. I'm gonna just put it here. Just bring it up into the sight of the camera. And then this can be way down here. And these, I do want these to show. Also, you can have your waves be, because they're so thin, you can have them, you can have this not be straight, and I like that idea. Okay, so there's that. Put the little dolphins dancing and have them stay now. And of course they can be up higher. And we'll have this direction. That one is already there. And then I'll go ahead and put this down. Some of these are just being sort of attached. Let's put the waves over this. So this one will have the taper, and I'll put it off camera to be able to, let's see. I want this one up this way. Actually, do I want that color? I like the cruise ship, so I'll have the cruise ship go up. Doesn't even, nobody knows that it's a cruise ship except you, right? So, okay, so there's that, and then we'll put it over, just because the color here goes better with that. And then this, again, if you wanted to save, you would cut that down. This can go down, and then we have another piece here. That one is crooked, isn't it? Or is that crooked? I don't know. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's that. And then this can go right there. And then your dolphins can be, this is the blue from, see, I've got all these fun colors cut out from the, oh, that was another thing, that you can actually shadow them up above here too. I forgot about that part. I don't have the foam squares over here, but if you're doing the vellum, your foam squares are going to show anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach this to there, bring this up again so you can see better. And there we go. So that one can be there. And then you get to see this whole thing here. And let's just commit these. And notice, so see if you even put them inside, it just gives you a little shadow. And now that I'm doing this, I don't remember where I put that part of the sample, but anyway, know that it can be done, right? So let's bring that down, and then you can have your little dolphins wandering around here, okay? Or some colored ones here. You can just have them dancing all over the place. Let me find some more that have some coloring. Here's one. This is a fun one. There we go. And dance them around. Okay. So then the last thing is that I did forget to mention that sometimes these can be very thick, the outer part. And so I looked at this part and I realized, I just saw this in the corner over there. I realized that this matches it. So if you wanted to make this a little bit smaller, you can, and use less space for the, or you can just go ahead and, this is how I want to do it. Yeah, that's the one. Do your reverse corner rounder to match that part. So I'll just do that on this and do it the whole way through. And then that gives it the little extra on the, then this one will come up and over. Okay, so lots of fun stuff you can do with the dolphins. And the last thing is, of course, you can do the markings. I didn't attach that very well, did I? I would raise these on foam squares just because it's fun, and it does give it dimension, but you can also do the, the lines of them jumping. So you can do those lines. And so it makes it look like there's movement here. This I would probably change out so that it didn't have, I would probably bring it down and bring this down a little bit and bring this up here, just so that you have that covered, or put your vellum dolphins on top here. Then that gives it a little bit more of an interesting look. That could work. Isn't this fun? You really can do so much. And obviously it doesn't have to take you very long at all. I'm just showing you a lot of different options with them. Okay, that one already jumped out, so that's there. And there you go. It can be jumping down, and this one can be over here. Again, a foam square would really raise it nicely. Okay, so then the part here that you can do, if you know, this is for your pictures, so then you can put these on this side dancing around instead of on the picture part itself, or the placeholder here, or the mat, because you want to put your photos there. Right now we only have two photos here, and I was thinking you put your stuff there, and then you can put memorabilia in here also. There's a spot that can be with memorabilia, and then you can put your dolphins on top of that. Did I say daisies? I hope I didn't, because that's for another one. But anyway, dancing dolphins. All right, put that up a bit. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me from Alaska, even though this is not going to be live, but you'll get to see it in just a bit. All right, enjoy your scrapbooking time, enjoy your dolphin punch, and your C's Please paper. Just have a lot of fun with all these fun products. All right, thank you for scrapbooking with Lanita. Bye-bye.